Baby, let's ride with the top down, ride with the top down, yeah, we on top now. We gon' touch your block down, low rider with the top down, baby, let's ride.
Cause you know that on the ride, I got my brothers with me, they forever by my side. I know my time is coming, you gon' see me in the sky, cause it's anti-emperor, you know we got them.
Hey, what's good, you guys? You kicking it with the Rappack crew. My name is Chaz.
It's your girl, Jay.
It's your boy, Rube.
It's Reese.
And it's Haley, and you are now sitting with the Rappack crew.
So, Jada, what we getting into today?
Well, y'all, today we're going to be talking about the culture in a whole, all right?
Right. So, first things first. Within our culture, any culture, what makes a great artist? Anybody can answer this. What makes a great artist?
Me, it's like the hard work and dedication. Like, you got to put in your work.
Right.
Like, you can't just be coming out here and saying, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Or you just can't just be coming out and saying, oh, I'm the best in the game. No,
right.
You got to put in that work. You can't just be coming out here as like a new singer and say, oh, like, I got way more talent than Fantasia. Like, I'm better than Fantasia. No, you got to start from the bottom. You got to work your way up. You got to put in that work to get to Fantasia level. You're not at her level yet. You know?
Period. Gotta stay humble. Like I said, stay humble.
Also, it's a certain level of creativity that you have to have. Like, you can't just be copying other people's stuff and be like, yeah, I'm a great artist. Because, no, it wasn't your original idea. You can be influenced, but not steal somebody's work.
Right.
And then I feel like, really, it gotta be what your music is. Your music has to be something. And so, it's all about like, how true you are to your music and what your music is, like what it represents. Does it represent you? Does it represent this? Like, what is your music and what do we feel from that?
What makes a great artist? I feel like a quality that makes a great artist is their end goal. Because anybody can wake up and say, I'm going to make music one day. But who are you reaching out to? What is your plan? So that's what I think makes a great artist.
Alrighty, so what do you think is the difference between an artist and a lyricist? And I want to hear everybody's perspective.
Okay. Yeah, because somebody else.
Okay, I'll go first. So I feel like the difference between an artist and a lyricist is like, with a lyricist, they really gonna focus specifically on what they got to say. And it's like, they're gonna make sure you hear what they're saying. They're gonna make sure they focusing really on like writing the song and like what the song means. With like an artist, it's not much difference, but with an artist, you're gonna focus like on your art as a whole. You're gonna try to do a lot more things, and you're gonna focus on a lot more than just lyricists. And so, being a great artist versus being a great lyricist, it's just a difference in the sound. Like, who's a great artist versus who's a great lyricist.
Right. I think, a lyricist focuses on the lyrics. Artist focuses on all the aspects of the project, the production, like anything from album cover, have to roll out all of that. I think that's what the difference is.
Yeah, they focus more on a message.
Right.
Targeting like a group and saying, hey, like, this is it. Like, they trying to get that message out there more as like an artist. They're like all about, everything, like you said, like everything as a whole. Like, you have your differences, like best female rappers, like, yeah, you got Lauryn Hill, who's a lyricist. Like, she's true to like trying to get her message out there, and then people saying, oh, like Nicki the baddest of all time, but then you got them like, she's an artist. She's not really being a lyricist. She don't try to put a message out there like Lauryn. But I mean, that's.
But you gotta know that's two different genres.
Yeah.
What about you?
The lyricist, I feel like a lyricist they would cater more to like your soul, basically. Like, they would visually paint a picture with their music rather than an artist who would make music for popularity. I feel like that's the only difference that I can really see between an artist and a lyricist. How does hip hop culture influence each of you?
I mean, it's a big influence. It's like, it was like an outlet for the people, for real. Like, especially our people.
Right.
Like, we got to speak our truths, what we saw, what was going on. And it was actually some light shed on it. And it's like now, like, at least for rap, that's one of the biggest ways we can, like, make it.
For me, I feel like if you think about it, the term music is a universal term. We all know what music is.
Right.
And then you think about hip hop culture and music. So it's kind of like, if you break it down politically, it's like saying black unity. We all know what hip hop is. We all have heard hip hop in our life.
It is.
So that's
It's part of us.
It's a part of us.
Yeah.
Alrighty. In today's society, do you guys think that hip hop roots and culture is still implemented in today's music, like in songs today?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, give me an example.
Cole. Kendrick.
Okay.
Really just people who want to stay true to the game, for real. Like, true to what they know.
Yeah.
True to the sound.
True to the sound, really.
Yeah.
Keeping it here, still, like, rap. You know,
Right.
not just...
Like closing in the gap.
Yeah.
Making sure we stay connected even as things change.
Mhm.
Okay.
Wow.
This is beautiful.
I mean, I think if you think about it, the whole concept of sampling kind of started with like R&B and then hip hop music, because today a lot of artists tend to like sample from hip hop, or whether or not they're in like hip hop, they tend just to sample it like for reference.
And I feel like sampling is one of the biggest ways we can, like, keep our songs. Like, it's like paying homage to the old sound. Like, when you hear a lot of rappers sample an old hit that we all know, and then they flip into something great, it's like, dang, like, you bringing the sound back while making it your own.
Making it new.
Right.
That's all I'm about to ask. How do y'all feel about like the old music and new music trying to convert like together? How do y'all feel about that?
I love it, honestly. Sampling I love sampling.
Right.
I think it keeps the music within the culture. It
Right.
keeps the older artists relevant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
While also, like,
Trying to bring
it keeps it old school while, like, adding new stuff to it.
Yeah.
Right.
It allows a new take on something that you may like.
Mm. So how do y'all feel about artists doing their own thing, not going back to the old music? How do y'all feel about the new artists now, like trying to find their own new sound?
I mean, you gotta give them the chance to do that because,
Right.
like, I mean, sometimes like we might not like it now,
Right.
and we might not be like, that sounds trash, that sounds garbage, it sounds just like a whole bunch of da 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 da, or this and that, too much going on. But at the same time, like if you go throughout history, people have said this the whole time. Like when rock and roll started, it's like, oh, this is too much. It was too obscene. It's like it's too much movement.
Right.
And then when hip hop started, people was like, what? Like they talking too fast, they singing too fast. What? Like people like
Listening too fast back then.
It's
Look at
time.
me.
yes, I know. And then like as time go on, people are gonna like throughout the movement of music, people are gonna like say bad things. They're gonna put it down regardless. But I mean, now looking back, now people love rock and roll because it started something else. Now people love like the foundation of hip hop, like Grandmaster Flash, DJ Hurt, like all that, and like Dougie Fresh, like that. It lays a foundation,
Yeah.
like going through, and it lays a foundation for something else to come. So like something else more creative is coming. Like it just builds up. So
It allows the music to evolve.
Nice.
And like I feel like, especially with rap, evolution is so important because like we had that foundation, and it's like the '80s and the '90s is why rap really started to like boom, like it's blowing up, and it got soul. And it's like '90s was one time where it was rap and R&B, like everything was so in tune, and it's like the 2000s was a good middle way point. Think about all the hits we know from the 2000s.
Yeah.
Think about everybody who came out the 2000s. Like that was a good that was a really good medium for it. It's like 90s this is where it blossomed and blew up. In the 2000s, this is where we honed all these skills. It's like, and now, where we are right now in the 2010s, it's like, especially with a more digital age of rap, it's like, now we're starting to head towards trap. And so, but we're heading towards different directions, but trap is really what's marketable.
Right.
That's why that's one of the biggest things coming up right now, because trap is the new kind of sound for rap.
All right, so in everybody's own words, what does hip hop culture mean exactly to you?
It's deep, you know, like, it's deep, you know, you gotta grab it, you know what I'm
What it
saying?
means, it's like it's an influence. It influences, even though I'm more on film side, it still influences my filming. It influences my life, because hip hop culture isn't just music. It also goes into like fashion
Yes.
and other ways of life. Like it's even in sports now. So like
Yeah.
it's just a big influence all around. So
I mean, hip hop culture, to me, it's like a freedom of expression. Because it changed our clothes, like you said, it changed our slang, the way we talk, the way we walk, the way we present ourselves as people. So that's the way I look at it.
For me, hip hop culture, I feel as if like, for black people, with our culture, we got rap culture, black culture, hip hop culture, all of that. I feel like it gives us that podium where we can just speak on whatever, like voice our opinions, say what we want to say, but not too harsh now, but say what we want to say, and just like let people feel us from where we're coming from.
it's like an outlet.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Like
what I was
what
gonna say.
you said.
Danny. It's an outlet. It's
Right.
like you could really speak your truth. You could say what you have to say. It's like you can express yourself.
Right.
And so it's like, you know, our people, we don't get the chance to do that, especially in history. Like we've always been
Suppressed.
Stuff
we've always been
taken away
suppressed
from
and
us,
we
yeah.
can't say what we feel, but with like hip hop and rap, we were able to just put everything on the track and just like really pour our truths into it.
And if you really think about it, it is a beautiful thing, how it is inspiring now today. It's really beautiful.
Okay, so everybody knows about hip hop beefs throughout, you know, the culture that we've had throughout history. You know, you got Jay-Z, Nas, you got Drake, me, you got Nicki, and Remy Ma, like all these beefs.
Biggie Pac.
Yes, Biggie Pac. Like,
The
do y'all
Beatles.
think that beefs are good for the culture, or like, is it like a turn off?
I mean, I really feel like, I want to say it's 50-50 because it could be a good thing, but then it's a bad thing because it's influenced us black on black crimes and stuff like that. Like, I mean, I don't know, it could be a good thing to be like, okay, I see this and I see that, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't know, it's like 50-50 for me.
Go ahead.
Oh, I've always thought it was like a good and a bad thing too. Like, it's a good thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know how to say it's a good thing, but it's
Yeah.
like, there's just a small way it is, but it gets bad because it gets real.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, ain't nobody playing. People start dying, and it's like, you know, now we losing our legends.
I think it's
Oh no, I was just real.
for me, I think it's like it's a part of the culture, but it's not necessarily good. It's not necessarily bad.
It's just a part of
there.
it.
It's just a part of it.
Yeah.
So do you guys feel that the hip hop culture is facing like political pressure from the government, like in terms of like gun violence and gangs and criminal charges? Take for instance, even though he's not like, he doesn't like correlate into the hip hop game.
Right.
Take what's his name? That's been racking up all these charges lately.
Meek Mill.
Melly.
Melly, him.
Take him for example. Do you feel like the government has like an influence on his like music based on like the charges they give him?
I mean, for him though.
Yeah, probably not him. Like, somebody like Lil Baby, like, when he got arrested, come on now, they knew exactly who he was when they arrested him. You know what I'm saying?
So would you expect him to put out an album kind of related to his arrest?
I mean, if he really want to, he could. But I mean, like, I don't think he would really touch bases on it.
I think if anything, he would just put like maybe a song or two, or a
Yeah.
verse, just a verse
Yeah,
about it.
he wouldn't put no whole album about it.
But I feel like the biggest example of it would be 21. Because look at this whole
Yeah.
thing. I mean, I'm sure he's been out of the country since he's been famous.
Right.
But now they want to arrest him now?
And
All of a sudden when he made that song, he had,
And he
talking
said-
about
he said-
immigration,
Right.
the immigration policy in America, and now he's had a chance of getting deported.
Right.
I
After
mean-
being here since he was like 6.
And I knew, like, I'm pretty sure he's been out of the country since he's been famous. Was that the first time he left or no?
No. He's been
I
out
doubt
before.
Yeah, so it would have been, like, we should have known about this.
Right.
Or it should have never been known at all.
Right.
But the one time he calls out America for a lot of this stuff, now,
Yeah.
and they try to play him like he's like a bad guy. I mean, he's actually doing a lot in the community, you
A
know.
lot.
Yes.
His backpack drive that he does every
Yes.
year.
Yeah.
And then the financial literacy program that he has for kids, you know, 21 bank accounts, like, I mean, he's actually doing a lot in the community and stuff. And then, boom, you can't do that.
But I mean, I think I think it depends on the artist. Depending on the artist, the government may like come for or do something that kind of like.
The artist could be NBA Youngboy. I know he probably put an album talking about it. He probably, if you got arrested today or tomorrow, he probably would have made an album about what happened, stuff like that.
All right, guys, it's been fun kicking it with you, but we gotta go. So, as usual, my name is Jay.
My name is Chaz.
I'm Reese.
And I'm Haley, and you have been sitting with the Rappack crew.
Gang.